Day 412 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1047. Remove all adjacent duplicates in string. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You are given a string as consisting of lowercase English letters. A duplicate removal consists of choosing two adjacent and equal letters and removing them. We repeatedly make duplicate removals on S until we no longer can. Return the final string after all such duplicate removals have been made. It can be proven that the answer is unique. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have the input S equals a string ABBACA. The output is CA. The explanation says, for example, in the string ABBACA, we could remove the BB since the letters are adjacent and equal, and this is the only possible move. The result of this move is that the string is now AACA, which only AA is possible, so the final string is CA. So hopefully that made sense to y'all, but if not, let's go ahead and break that down one step further. I'm going to bring this over here just so y'all can get a better representation of what's going on. So once we start with this string, right, and what we want to do is we want to remove all of the adjacent duplicates, hence the problem, remove all adjacent duplicates in the string. Now what makes sorry y'all, it says right here, a duplicate removal consists of choosing two adjacent and equal letters and removing them. So as you can see, this BB are two adjacent and equal letters. They're right next to each other and they both equal B, so we can remove them. Boom, that leaves us with this string. It also says we repeatedly make duplicate removals on S until we no longer can. So we just removed the two B's. That's what left us with this string right here. But now, since we're left with this string, we still have more duplicates that we can, or adjacent duplicates we can remove, right? So once again, a duplicate removal consists of choosing two adjacent and equal letters. And after we remove the two B's, now we have two A's that are adjacent and equal to each other. And it says, once again, we can repeatedly we can repeatedly make duplicate removes on S until we no longer need. So until we no longer can. So we can remove these as well. Boom, because they were adjacent and equal to each other. So our final string is CA, and that's what our output is as well, CA, or string CA. Now, hopefully that made sense to y'all, but just in case it didn't, let's go through example 2. Example 2 is the same principle. Let me go ahead and copy this over here. So in example 2, our input S equals a string AZXXZY, and the output is AY. As you can see, we start with the string, the full string. We can remove the two X's, right? Boom. Now, after we remove the two X's, we have two more adjacent equal letters, right? We have a Z and Z that are adjacent to each other, so we can remove those as well. Boom. Now we're left with AY, and that's how we got our final output, AY. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. The solution is not that difficult at all, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to initialize an empty stack to keep track of the characters. So to do that, we're going to say declare a variable called stack, and we're going to set that equal to an array of characters. So open up the square bracket and put character inside and put two parentheses at the end like that to initialize it. Now we need to iterate over each character in the input array. So we're going to say for char n s. Now, if the stack is empty, we're simply going to push the character onto the stack. So we say if stack dot is empty, We're going to open up the brackets, and we're going to say stack dot append, open up the parentheses, char. Then we're going to come right here to this bracket, and we're going to say else if the top of the stack is equal to the current character, it means we found a duplicate pair, so we would need to remove the top character. So we're going to say else if stack dot last exclamation point equal, sorry, that should be exclamation point equals chars. Then we're going to open up the bracket, and we're going to say stack dot remove last. Boom, and put the parentheses once again. Then we're going to come to this bracket, and if it's not a duplicate, we're going to push the current character onto the stack. So we can say else, open up the parentheses, we can say stack dot append, open up the parentheses, char one more time. Now we still need to convert the final stack back to a string and return it. The string has all of the adjacent duplicates removed. So as you can see right now, stack is an array of characters. We need to turn it into a string. So for that, we can say return, and then we say string, open up the parentheses, and we can say stack inside the parentheses like that. Now that should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's go ahead and give it a run. Before we submit it, make sure it works correctly. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Ooh, okay. 22 milliseconds beats 45.61% of users. We can definitely get those numbers up, but right now we just want to be able to solve the problem that is presented to us, and I feel like this is a good, simple, and easy to understand solution for that we can all learn from. And since we've learned from it, we will be able to retain that knowledge and use that knowledge further down our journey, on our LeetCode journey. So I think this was a good solution for that overall, just for the learning aspect of it and understanding how to solve the problem that was presented to us. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.